Welcome to this reading comprehension lesson. In a moment you will hear a short text, and then 5 questions about it. Listen carefully, because every answer is hidden somewhere in the text. The text is called The Psychology of Procrastination. Procrastination is often misunderstood as simple laziness, but psychologists suggest the reality is more complex. Rather than a failure of time management, procrastination is frequently linked to emotional regulation. People delay tasks not because they cannot plan, but because they are trying to avoid the negative feelings, such as anxiety or self-doubt, associated with a particular task. This explains why procrastination tends to increase when a task feels overwhelming, ambiguous, or tied to a person's sense of self-worth. Interestingly, studies have shown that self-forgiveness, rather than self-criticism, is more effective at reducing future procrastination. When people forgive themselves for procrastinating on a previous occasion, they are less likely to associate the task with negative emotions the next time, making it easier to begin. This suggests that harsh self-criticism, while intuitive, may actually be counterproductive for those trying to break the procrastination habit. That was the text. Now here are the 5 questions. Here's a question. What is the main misconception about procrastination mentioned in the text? A. That it is caused by poor time management. B. That it only affects students. C. That it is simply laziness. D. That it cannot be changed. The correct answer is C. That it is simply laziness. The text opens by stating procrastination is often misunderstood as simple laziness. Here's a question. According to psychologists, why do people actually procrastinate? A. Because they are naturally slow workers. B. Because they enjoy the stress of deadlines. C. Because they lack intelligence. D. To avoid negative emotions linked to a task. The correct answer is D. To avoid negative emotions linked to a task. The text explains people delay tasks trying to avoid the negative feelings associated with a particular task. Here's a question. When does procrastination tend to increase, according to the text? A. When a task feels overwhelming or ambiguous. B. When a task is simple and clear. C. When a person is well rested. D. When there is no deadline at all. The correct answer is A. When a task feels overwhelming or ambiguous. The text states procrastination increases when a task feels overwhelming, ambiguous, or tied to a person's sense of self-worth. Here's a question. What have studies found to be more effective in reducing future procrastination? A. Strict self-criticism. B. Self-forgiveness. C. Public shaming. D. Ignoring the task altogether. The correct answer is B. Self-forgiveness. The text states self-forgiveness, rather than self-criticism, is more effective at reducing future procrastination. Here's a question. What does the author suggest about harsh self-criticism? A. It is always beneficial. B. It has no effect at all. C. It may actually be counterproductive. D. It is the only proven solution. The correct answer is C. It may actually be counterproductive. The text concludes that harsh self-criticism may actually be counterproductive for those trying to break the procrastination habit. That is the end of this lesson. You read one text and answered 5 questions about procrastination. In the next lesson we will read a new text and practice again.